Happy Monday. It is June 18th, 2018, and it is time for a cryptocurrency update. All right, so what I did today is I reviewed 25 alternate coins, comparing their price movement relative to Bitcoin. In other words, all these coins were showing their prices relative to Bitcoin. And you will notice the coins highlighted here in green outperformed Bitcoin from the April low into May high. The top one here, CyberMiles, outperformed Bitcoin by a factor of almost 500%, down to Stellar, which was outperforming Bitcoin by a factor of about 124%. Storm did a factor of 231%. The point being is all these coins highlighted in green did very well in phase one, which was again from the April low to the May high and then back down again into June. So since the June low is here, you'll notice these coins still are up sizably relative to Bitcoin. The top one here up over 200%, many of them up over 100% relative to Bitcoin's price movement, again, since the April low. Stellar, Lumens, and RDD are up 60 to 70%, and Cardano, Storm up over 50%. So very strong coins. These the top half of the list right here. These coins are expected to do the exact same thing in phase two. Phase two, which starts in June and goes into July, is supposed to be more powerful than the cycle that went from April up into May. So if these coins had price movements in the 400%, we should expect possibly even more going into July. We'll notice also these coins here have maintained buy signal where the blue line has remained above the yellow. And again, all of these charts are in the tail end or in the very end of this report. So if you scroll to the very, very bottom of this report, all the charts will be there. So bottom line here is all of the coins, the top coins here, are very strong. Okay, Ethereum went up to a cycle, outperformed Bitcoin by 57%, and then is only down about 42%. So in other words, Ethereum is a very stable coin, and it has also maintained a buy signal. So Ethereum looks great. And then the coins here in red are the only three that we're following that have had the poorest performance relative to Bitcoin. Litecoin, Neo, and Veritasium are down over 7 to 13%, have underperformed Bitcoin. So again, but with a low pricing right now, this is a great entry point if you're looking to pick up a little bit more because the pricing is so incredibly cheap. It's just that these three coins here may take a little longer to get going, so they may not have a very powerful move until, even though they may move strongly into July, their extreme strength will probably be more apparent in the third to fourth quarter of this year. Page 2, triple bottom. So what we're looking at here is right up here, January of this year, okay? January of this year. Bitcoin dropped in price into 0.3 into February, okay? And this is a review from the prior charts. Bitcoin then jumped up in price, and that was into March. So we have March, then a drop into April. So we have the April low right here. Then a price reversal back up into May. So we got the May high, and now the June low. To last week, so it took a few extra days for the low to come in, but you'll notice if we draw this solid black line, you'll notice on a closing and opening price, this black line perfectly stopped Bitcoin's last week drop. It dropped down to a low of 61.70, it looks like, and then immediately closed higher up right on the black line. And you'll notice today, being here in June, today the price did jump up. Bitcoin currently is trading at 6,731 based on this chart here. So Fibonacci support held at 61.70. Price reversals up today, and Bitcoin should now have beginning its price move up here into July for a July cycle high. Now, next, let's scroll to page 3 and let's review this cycle chart. So what we'll see is a flag pattern on this historic example right in here. And again, you'll see this flag pattern right in through here. Then we'll see right in to May, April into May, we'll see the price jump up into point A, which was the breakout of the flag. Many coins, the stronger coins, have all held up in this price range up here. Litecoin, Bitcoin, all have had this price reversal, but all the price reversal has been above the breakout line, and this breakout line has been support, interestingly enough, just like it did on the historic cycle. And today, we should be beginning to move upwards. So the cryptocurrency should be beginning an upcycle this week. And again, we've been expecting a price jump somewhere this week, maybe around the 22nd to 23rd of the month, which would be this week. We're looking for possibly a price reversal back up into possibly around A, which is right around here. So somewhere around 9 to 10,000 would be expected for this month yet in June. Then a little pull down, and then a price spike, very powerful, in July. So very aggressive price movement is expected in July off of this low that we just experienced last week. Next, let's review the Bitcoin cycle. Phase 1 began in early April and was expected to have ended on the 6th of June. Price did push a little lower, and we had a 1 extra week extension. So the final low for the cycle came in on the 13th, and now Bitcoin is in an up cycle. And so in cycle pattern time-wise, we're sitting right about here. So the next 2 to 3 days, somewhere this week, we should be seeing a strong potential price jump in Bitcoin that's going to continue up here into mid-July. Later this week, early next week, I will give the cycle point for the July high. But right now, we're looking for price reversal, strong reversal this week, which is going to then continue up into July. The triggering factor, I believe, and as we have been watching, the triggering factor is expected to be, per this cycle, the stock market. Today is the 18th, and that is this potential candlestick area right in here on this historic cycle. So there's an extremely high probability that the US and the world stock markets begin to plunge or crash as early as tomorrow, Tuesday, the 19th. Could it take an extra day? Maybe, but still, we're still at this critical junction right here where price is supposed to crash and begin this week with a cycle low potentially coming in on the 21st into this Friday the 22nd. So we'll see what happens here in the next 24 to 48 hours, but everything is looking good for the markets to crash, and that is expected to be the trigger for the cryptocurrencies to start to go higher, and then again the major turning points. So at this point, we watch for the next 24 to 48 hours. May God bless you and be well.